Hi, everybody. This is Jim Patton with the Jim Dee Podcast. There's Dee over here.
Hi there.
And we're going to do number 12 on the Jim Dee Podcast here in the first season. And it's the second one we're going to dedicate to The Selfish Giant, our rock opera that we wrote and released. And we're going to do the first song that we wrote for this, and it was the first song that we would play. And it was basically just an acoustic guitar song when I first wrote it. And Dee seems to remember that I had more to do with writing this one than some of the others. But it's just an acoustic guitar song with a kind of a bluesy kind of a feel to it. And the track itself doesn't have a lot to it either, really. It's the first track on the album. It's basically acoustic guitar, bass, drums, and piano. And then electric guitar for the solo and some background harmonies. So production-wise, there wasn't much to it. And that's about all I can say about the music. I'll let Dee tell you a little bit about the song itself, or about the part of the story it's in and all that.
Well, we actually, when you read the story of The Selfish Giant, the first scene, the first thing that happens is you come into the garden and see the children playing there, and you're introduced to the children first, which is fine for the story. But what we wanted to do was we wanted to introduce two things. One is the main character. We wanted to introduce the main character first, give you an idea of who that was. And we also wanted to come in with action. More action. Instead of describing a place first, we wanted to describe the person first. And so because of those two reasons, we made the decision to switch the first two songs. We actually wrote this song first, but it represents the second scene in the story.
Yeah, but we didn't, like I said last week, we wanted to stay as true to the story as we could, and this doesn't really change anything. It's still the same story. We just, like she said, we just used something with a little more action to introduce the giant himself, and then go into the part about his garden. So here it is, On My Way.
Well, there you go. That was On My Way, the first actual song from The Selfish Giant. And we would love to hear comments on this song. Those of you who have already listened to the whole opera or read the whole story or have a sense of the thing, then we'd like to see what you think and how you like the song and how it compares to some of the others in your mind.
And even if you haven't, I would say even if you hadn't, we'd still like to hear what you thought about the first song, even if you haven't heard the whole thing or read the whole story. But that's it for this week. We're just going to do that one short song, and we'll have a short podcast, which we're trying to do to keep people from having to listen for too long a time. So that's it for this week, and we'll be back next week with Oh, How Happy We Are Here.